Hello, how are you guys doing? Thank you for being with us this afternoon. Today we're going to receive a very special friend of mine, and she's going to share her experience, how she migrated to the state, and um, and we're gonna have a good time as usual. Great, thank you so much for doing this.
You're welcome.
I know you're busy. I don't want to keep you too long, so we're gonna start right in.
So
So,
we're doing our podcast in English.
yeah. Or
All
we
right.
can mix it up. It's up to you. It doesn't
All
matter.
right.
So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
All right. Well, welcome everyone to this live. Thank you so much, Joanne, for having me today. If you all know, if you didn't know, Joanne is my childhood friend, and I cherish a lot of great memories that we had growing up in Haiti. So that being said, my name is Nia Jas Désiré, and a Haitian woman, mother, um, Christian, um, activist, and professional. I would put it that way. Um, I was born and raised in Haiti, and Haiti has like a special place in my heart. Um, I would say I'm very nationalist, and I nourish very big dreams for my country. Um, I'm also a Christian, and this is also a very important part in my life because through my faith journey, I have experienced, I would say, the love of God in a way that really transformed my life. I'm also a mother of three wonderful kids and a spouse. And I would say also having kids, it's something that really humble you, that give you
Mhm.
strength, and that kind of, I'm not going to say it's changed who I am. I'm still the same person, but I think it helped me to become a better version of myself. And I'm also a professional. I am a lawyer, and I did my specialty in investment law and international trade law and business law. When I finished my study in France, I went back to Haiti because it was always my dream to go back and contribute to build my country. So over the like for the 12 years when I was living in Haiti, I worked in investment promotion, investment facilitation. I worked in my own law firm also that I had the opportunity to create, and I worked like in public private partnership development and so much things, and I enjoyed um, developing myself and gaining a lot of experience in Haiti. So besides that, I would say that I value excellence, I value integrity, I value respect and service, and it's very, very important for me. People is at the center of everything. Can you see me well? Because I think the sun is ruining my thing.
Kind
Should
of,
I
but
move?
I can see you. But
All
it's
right.
right behind you. I don't know if you wanna.
Is it better like this,
Mm,
or you prefer
it's
it
right in
like
your.
this?
I'm already having it in the back. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So I was gonna say there's so many different layers to you. It's
I totally
beautiful
agree.
and inspiring, and it's amazing at the same time because obviously, women we can do so many different things, but having to jungle around like all of this and still kind of maintain what's the right word? Excellence. I'm not saying we're perfect people, we're just striving for perfection, but you kind of like an example for a lot of women out there. I just wanted to make sure I tell you that. And I always admire you since we were kids, so it's nothing new, but as we went through life and you saw people experiencing different things and some change for the better, some not for the better, but you remain true to yourself and stick to the plan and the vision, and to kind of like becoming that beautiful person that you were always, but kind of like showing the world how beautiful you are. So yeah, I
Thank
applaud you
you
for
so
that.
much. Thank you so much, Joanne. I'm really humbled by what you are saying right now. And you should also know that you are a true inspiration to me, and I admire your resilience, your strength, your creativity, and the person that you are. And I love you very, very
Oh
much.
my gosh, okay, so I'm gonna cry today. Yeah.
No, not today. Do not mess with
Not
your
today.
maidens.
But today we're going to talk about a specific aspect of your life, right? We're going to talk about your experience from leaving Haiti and moving to the state because like most of us, our generation, you were to us, you were kind of that person that were holding us back to Haiti, and then once some people heard that you were leaving, it was like, oh my gosh, if she's leaving, that means it must be really, really bad. So I'm gonna give you
Yes.
the opportunity to share that part of your life with us. So my first question is going to be obviously, why did you decide to finally move?
Okay. I mean, if you know me, moving, not living in Haiti was never in my plan. And
Ever.
honestly, when we had to take that decision, because I'm not even thinking that I wanted to move, but I feel like I was mostly, I'm not gonna say imposed because we discussed it, but very influenced with my husband because at that moment the situation in Haiti was very bad, and we had 3 kids, and we couldn't only think about ourselves. So what we were doing, because I'm not gonna say my husband also, it's not like he wanted to leave. Every time we were trying to find like reasons why we should leave or why it's not possible for us anymore to live in Haiti. And we would say, let's say, if the kids cannot go to school for 2 months, if this, if this, then maybe we need to leave. And it would be like exactly what we said, or we thought when we were thinking about it that it's not gonna happen, actually happened. And we're like, wait, let's put more, because we didn't want to leave. It's like that's the place where I want to be. I want to be home. That's the place that I feel like needs me the most. Okay. And we would put like another level of like unsafetyness and all type of crazy things. And they kept happening. And at some point I feel like I was still kind of in denial because I didn't want to move. And my husband was like, no, sit down. We're gonna have to take a decision like today. I'm like, well, no, today. Today. It's not only about you. We have kids, and it's like the pressure is too much. There's so much uncertainties and everything. And then I had to be with him. And then we moved.
Yeah.
But for me, it was something that was like tearing me apart for so many reasons. Like you were saying, you thinking about me, you'll be like, if Naed lives this country, so there's no hope. But I don't want people to think that. And actually, I was very ashamed, Joanne, to
Mm,
move. And I feel like at some point, I didn't even want to talk about it. And I remember just when I moved, and then they were inviting me to some stuff to show, and I didn't want to go because I felt like I was not even ready to accept
mhm,
that I had to move. It's like somehow I had to prepare my mind not to see it as I'm giving up on my people, not to
mhm,
come to leave with so much guilt, but to see it also as I am responsible also for my family, for my kids, and for even my own safety. And then it's not because necessarily I leave that all the dreams or I'm never gonna be able to help Haiti. So now I had to start, you know, changing my mindset on and my strategy on how I'm still gonna be able, to contribute. But honestly, my goal is like to go back. I don't know. I cannot say like in 1 year. I cannot say in 2 years. But it's like deep down inside of me, it's going to happen. I just kept telling my husband, maybe not in 10 years. Way shorter than that.
I'm so sorry. I mean, we had to leave for different reasons.
Hmm.
But I kind of like it. Kind of like, how can I put it into words? I kind of like, as you saying it, knowing the person that you are, it kind of really breaking my heart because I knew it's something that was really never in your heart, and I think I never pause and kind of like reflect on how hard this was actually on you, and I'm really, really sorry. And I know a lot of people probably went through similar things, and because and I think also people who stay kind of like felt left behind, kind of like you didn't care. And I know if anybody's watching, I want to let them know, that was actually not the case. But
Not at
we'll
all.
dive more into that. So what made you decide to actually come to the States instead of a different country?
Many reasons, especially because my husband, he used to live before in the United States, so he already used to it and studied there and everything, which is different for me because I didn't study in the States. So I was like, what I'm gonna do in the States, I'm a lawyer, you know. But so for him, he had already, family there, and we would need like a support system. And the second reason, if people want to believe it, I was also praying about it, and I felt like at this moment, because before we tried before to move, we never did. At this moment, I received also like a confirmation from God that I had to move. That also made me feel more at peace with it. And even for the city where I had to go, I received it clearly because at first, when we started doing our plans, we were not to come to Miami, and then at the end, I kept praying about it until I received it very clearly that we had to come to Miami. So that's basically how. And my husband was like in tune with me and praying with me also and waiting also for the answer. So we had to change the whole plan because we were about to pay for our appointment in Atlanta and everything and changed everything, and and we came to Miami.
How did you navigate through the practicality, because you had three kids, right? And it's not like at the moment everything, so much was going on. It's not like you could pack up all your stuff and come here. I know me, when I came here, I only had a gym bag. So how did you navigate through this with all the children and then your husband, and kind of like coming and establish yourself?
Well, it was difficult, I would say, because there's some stuff I wanted to bring with me, I couldn't. Um, the packing, there's some stuff I had to give away. There's some stuff I'm like, Mommy, I'm gonna leave it at your house. Every time somebody's coming, please send me these. Please send me that. It's like part of me, of my word and everything. It was difficult, I would say, but practically we just took what we could take because with all the airlines, it's like you can have like many luggages and send something via, I don't know, cargo. And my books, I still have like boxes of books that I wanted to come with me that couldn't. I wanted like all my albums to be there, my box with all the cards that I received years after years. I like to keep them, all of those things. And I'm like, no, I don't want to leave them. My clothes, I'm like, I just bought this. It was difficult, but I guess at some point you just do what you have
Mhm.
to do. And then we're a big family, so the first thing, because we changed last minute, so when we were coming, we didn't have like our apartment ready and everything. And we went to our in-laws, and then I felt like, you just come with five people to somebody else. And it's also like another learning experience and humbling experience also until we can go on our own.
I know one of my biggest issue, I mean, not issue, but as you get older, you learn and you move past it. But one of my biggest thing is like, I don't have any childhood pictures with me. I don't have no baby pictures, no like high school. And I remember like we did so much stuff. Even like when I talked to my son about it, and he looked at me like, "You actually did that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I used to do that, and I
Yeah.
got no proof to show." And I think something like, it kind of like make me sad. And like, it's just like you come here and then people don't know you. They have like a perception of the person you are, and you have no way to like show them that's not who I am. And you have to kind of like
Mm-hmm.
reposition yourself, and you know
Marcia, I don't know for you. I took my pictures. I removed them from the album because it's too heavy. I'm like, I'm going with you. Uh-uh.
oh
Yeah,
my god, well, if you find any pictures of
I
me,
have pictures of
please
you.
send me some
I
copy.
do. I have a picture of you when we were at this dance show with Asquado. Remember
Oh
the
yeah,
Asquado? Yeah. So
yeah.
I have you, with your dance costume and everything. I
Oh
have
my
some pictures.
gosh, please,
I have us also
please.
at school. I have a picture. You remember when we finished at high school, um we went to we went to sleep with the sisters. Tatiana, you, Kelsey, Diana. Remember, they had
Was
like a
it like
little room, and
a retreat or something?
no, I think we requested to
Oh,
stay
we
with
just
them
stayed. Was it at the school?
at the
Oh,
school.
oh
Yes,
my gosh.
I have the
I think
pictures.
I kind of
Yes,
remember. And then we spent the night, right? Oh
yes,
my gosh, you guys send me these. You guys.
I have those pictures.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So much, so many memories. Oh
Saskia was
boy.
in.
I'm getting emotional. Okay. Next question. How did you adjust to your new life? So, you left Haiti, you came here. So it's finally happened, right? New reality. So how was the adjustment?
Okay, so for me, the first thing was like, okay, how do I transition professionally? That was one of my main concern, and the way I went about it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hire somebody
Mm.
to help me. So even before leaving, I think we took the decision to leave in March, and we left in July. So even before leaving, I contacted that firm. Somebody gave me like the reference, and they would help you, redo your resume, explain to you the market with the qualifications that you have. What can you do here? Or can you, transfer them? Um, when you're doing an interview here, how would you talk and everything? So they did all this preparation with me. And after we started applying for jobs while I was still in Haiti and everything. So for me, it was like the most, I would say, rational thing that I could think of in order to prepare myself because it's a different market. And, so that's what I did. But that's not how I find my job. And somebody gave me someone contact detail, and the person told me, call this person. He has a lot of contacts. He's in the United States, so tell him that you're moving in, and you never know. He might refer you to somebody or
Mhm.
another job. I'm like, okay, thank you, and I did. And the first time I talked to him, he proposed me like a position, and actually, when I was talking to him, we were still going to Atlanta. And I remember
Mhm.
telling him that. And at the end of the conversation, he's proposing me, are you interested in a job in Miami? In my head, I'm like, did I just tell that guy that I'm going to Atlanta? I was a little annoyed inside of me. and then and then I'm like, sure. But it's like, he just sent me the thing. I read it, and I guess I consider it was a sign because it was a job related to the Haitian community. And because I was so sad of leaving Haiti, I felt
Mhm.
like that would be great for me to keep the connection with my community. I know that usually when you're moving, everybody's telling you, parlons ba haïtien, pa travail haïtien. But me, don't tell me that because I would be mad. Because I'm Haitian, you're telling me don't go to Haitian. What does that mean? I cannot be, mean or believing my own people. So I didn't like, those type of like
Okay.
comments and stuff like this. So I really appreciate what he said. However, it's like he told me about it. I sent my resume, but I never heard of them for a
Mhm.
while. Now that's the fake thing. I just decided, okay, people might think I'm crazy, but that's the way it was. I just decided since I just talked to that guy, and then after I had my confirmation from God that I'm going to Miami, that okay, I already have the job. So I stopped
Mhm.
applying for job. Since then, when I was, I'm like, oh, if I'm going to Miami, that's why.
That's
That's the
what
sign.
happened.
So I have the job. I never heard of them. I don't know what's going on. And then I'm just preparing to leave. And then
Mhm.
when I came, like maybe 1 week after I came,
Mhm.
they called me and I have my interview, and less than 2 weeks after they asked me to start. Actually, I couldn't start at the end of the month because I had to go to a conference in Washington. So I started like the first week of the following month. So that's how it went for me. And all of this also, it was like showing me and maybe confirming like this was like God ordained also, because everything just started aligning for me. And this it was like one of the first thing that we needed in order, to establish ourselves, because I had to close the I didn't really close my law firm in Haiti at that time, but it was like it's not like I was gonna be able neither, to consecrate time to work on any file. I still had like a few employees that and like some files that were still there that they
Mhm.
had to do some follow up on it. But quickly when I started working here, I realized that I couldn't keep up with like the two. The
Mhm.
life, the pace was like so different. Um, the kids, it's not like you don't have like the same amount of
Yeah.
help. Um, there was so much things going on. I felt like so exhausted. You know
Mhm.
what I did at some point? Like my Haitian phone, I just put it down and never open it. It's like
Um,
I couldn't keep up with like with the two word. At some point I started doing it, like meetings on Zoom,
mhm.
trying to keep up with my interns, and then it's like I just
Become
like
overwhelming.
I felt like I was so overwhelmed. I didn't manage that well, I would say. And just at some point I just shut down the other thing. It's like if you were trying to find me, you wouldn't even find me. It's like I
Mhm.
can't manage the two world, the two different things and at the same time. So that was my reality. And I think a lot of time we don't realize how traumatic it is to move.
Yeah.
And it's something spiritual, emotional and physical.
Yeah.
And it takes a toll on you. And I feel like for the first year, whew, it was hard on me. I was heartbroken. I was guilty of leaving.
Mhm.
I was trying
Mhm.
to manage things in Haiti, things here, find my place, reinvent myself. What would be my next step? I'm working in management and like an incubator. It's already like those type of things.
Mhm.
So it's like I like what I was doing, but in my head I'm like, what should I do? Should I go back to school? Should I do this? And
Is that the right
everybody
thing?
gave me
Mhm.
um another advice and everything. I felt like I had so many voices at some
Mhm.
point in my head when I was
Mhm.
there. Everybody think they know what is best for you, and they telling
Mhm.
me, "Oh no,
Try
just go do like
this, do that.
LLM. You need
Mhm.
to be a lawyer in the States too." I'm like, I don't know if I want to go do the LLM
Mhm.
right now. It's like I still apply, I get accepted and everything, but at some point I'm like, I don't want to do that. I feel
Mhm.
like I wanted to have like this blank canvas and take my time to know
But
exactly
they
what I want
wanted to
next. And that's what I did. But until come see I really sit with myself and decide, I
shut
felt
down
like I was
all
under
the
rock.
noise.
So yeah, so many expectations also, and so many negative things I would
Mhm.
say also. Because in our community when I was coming, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you said you're gonna spend so much time, you won't be able to find a job. You're gonna be blah, 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 blah." They were telling
Yeah.
you all types of negative things. I'm like, okay, you know. But in that time, I would say also, my faith
Yeah.
kept me going. It's like even if sometimes I got overwhelmed and everything, but I would go back to my prayer closet. I would go back to my meditation. I would go back to that thing, to those things that would help me move forward and not feel so disoriented. But I'm not gonna lie. At some point, even if it seems for everybody that I got it together, but inside
Together, but
it's like
inside,
my plan changed. That's not what was. It wasn't my plan. So I know you
mhm.
want to surrender to God. God has a plan, a bigger plan, blah blah blah. But I'm like, God, that's not what you told me.
I
I'm not
wanted that
supposed to
was
be in
the
Haiti.
desire of my
I'm
heart.
not supposed to go help my country. It's like, what I'm doing here? It's like it was difficult for me, and it's like here also. I also like the fact that here I was free of a lot of things that I am or that people think I am. I was just like, I
Know
don't know,
yourself.
blink me. And it's difficult and it's freeing at the same time.
Mhm.
You know?
Does not have to
I don't
fulfill so
know what I'm
many
trying.
different expectations.
Yes, yes. So it was just like blink and then let's rework. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? I'm not changing my values, but it's like I needed, to do stuff with a new perspective
Mhm.
and take like a new orientation and still stay true to who I say I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember there's the pastor wife. Um my pastor, actually pastor, actual pastor wife, when I first moved here, she told me something that's kind of resonating with me. She told me, "You like in a new country, nobody knows you. So now still you have the opportunity to actually really become what you're meant to become, because like it's a fresh new canvas and you can just draw whatever, on it, and you're free of all the expectation. And obviously it took me some years to understand what she meant, but I mean, I kind of like relate a bit. So thank you for sharing this with us. And I wanted to ask you, you spoke about how you felt personally, but how did your kids react? Because like it's a new country, new language, new mindset,
I mean,
and all
I
the other things that I'm not saying out loud.
um they used to come for vacation, so I feel like they were happy about it. It's like for me, at the same time, I was happy for them.
Hmm.
It's like it seems so much easier for them also. Let's go to the park. What Where do you go to the park in Haiti? you
Oh
know,
my God.
it's like stuff that I saw them enjoying. I was like,
Hmm.
I understand what you were saying, that we also need to think about them. They were just very happy. I don't think they really realize it after, on maybe after, when maybe in this year, maybe this year, I think we're like gonna have like 3 years that they feeling it differently
Maybe
because of
because
all
they're
like
getting
the
older.
news about Haiti,
Okay.
and what people are saying about Haiti, and then they react differently. One of them, I feel like she didn't really want to be like known as Asian, you know, and then I felt like she was ashamed. We had to
Hmm.
talk about it, and
Hmm.
then also like at school, my whole desk, like we changed in school, and I felt like he had so much difficulty this time to
Hmm.
adjust. It was like a new, different demographic and everything. He has more difficulty to adjust in that sense, and I was like, well, if we were in Haiti, it wouldn't have been that way. But in general, I would say that for them, it went well. And the language, kids is just like sponge.
Yeah.
They learn it quickly. I'm still trying to have them speak French, Creole, but I realize that now they are the one mixing it up, because when I'm talking, I don't know which language I'm talking. I'm studying in Creole, mixing with English, and then I don't remember.
Oh
I'm
my
like, and they
gosh,
think that,
especially when you're
and,
upset.
and they
It's just
think they can
everything
correct
comes.
my English. They think they can correct my English and telling me, "Mommy, you need a phonetics class because you still have so much issue with
This
your
is
pronunciation,
this is
and you
not
have
how you
to learn."
pronounce this. The
I'm like, okay. No, I don't know. For them, I felt like it went well, and then also the fact that we had the family support, because my in-laws
Mhm.
were there, and it was already known face for them, so that really helped out. I feel for them. They will ask, for the other side of the family in Haiti, but we
Mhm.
managed to talk with them,
Mhm.
via video and everything. So for me, I don't. I think my kids, they live it so well. I feel like
Mhm.
I was like the crying baby in the whole situation. Yeah, I
Okay,
think
I
it went
understand.
well. Yeah.
Well,
They still ask about Haiti. They still remember some stuff, but
okay.
I think they fine.
Okay. I know at the beginning you kind of mentioned, your goal is to eventually go back, but I wanted to kind of like
Too long.
ask, so, what's the main goal? Because I mean, I don't know, especially thinking about the kids, and
I don't
I'll
know.
let you answer.
I don't know. When I came here, I also realized or how important it is to be present for my kids. And at that time, if I had to go to back to school, I have to be working. I have to be in school and taking care of them. I felt like it's too much for me right now to handle, and they would not be able to enjoy like come see like a nice mom. I'm gonna be irritated. I'm gonna be tired,
Yes.
and I don't want to be like this. So I wanted to be able to be present for them also, and knowing me also, I have a lot of interest. So I'm like, I like what I'm doing at my job. Of course, I can do other things. on the side and stuff like this. But I'm mostly interested if I'm going to do other things. I'm mostly interested in going into technology, you know, something different, not necessarily law. And then I also, even when I was in Haiti, I was working in law. I'm never really confined only to law. I like doing a lot of things. So for me, it's not like I don't resume myself like I need to be a lawyer here. There's so much things that I can do with either my experience, my background, and also I do also have like a master in management. So I'm thinking about adding other skills, doing other things, taking like other training and everything, but I don't think I want to go back to do law and I want to go litigation and here, I was not really attracted by most people that I was meeting. They like injury lawyers or
Mhm.
immigration lawyers.
Uh-huh.
That's not really what I want to do. So because of that, it never really made me feel like that's not necessarily my calling. So
Uh-huh.
I'm not focusing on that. And I'm not even focusing on a title, no, that's not what I'm about. Mm-mm. So maybe not another law degree. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Recently, I was
I
trying to convince me, but I don't know. No, to be honest, no.
don't know why every time like I talk to you, it's bringing so many memories, and I'm like trying to like keep it all in, but it's making me so emotional because it's so many different stories.
Yeah, and remember, I didn't want to study law, Joanne. Remember,
I know. I was trying not to say,
I loved it, like the business, the investment part,
but
and
that
everything.
was never the
But
passion.
no, that was never the passion. Remember, I never wanted to study that. I wanted to study education, psychology, those type of things. So I don't know. But
And
anyway, like I'm
it's interesting
journalism.
how some decision that made based on, life event, things that happen, kind of like shape you into a path. And then as you get older and then you're sitting down, it was like, this is not me. It's like,
Mm, yeah, I guess. But I
yeah.
do like entrepreneurship part. I like for me the way I see it also like for Haiti, like the investment promotion part, make like a better environment so people could invest, managing new projects, to contribute to build like the economy of the country. I can see myself in those things. Yes, I like that. But there's different ways to be like in projects, not necessarily. And then I like the fact that I don't want to be only have like this narrow vision, the
You.
legal.
Mhm.
I want to have also like maybe the financial vision, the technology vision. It's like there's other aspects that are appealing to me now. Even before,
Even what? Sorry.
even before, even before, even before, and also, um, you're being involved like in the civil society, being involved like in civic engagement. Those things really appeal to me.
I think it's like something that, especially when you kind of like feel you want to help, you have this calling in you.
Hmm.
That's kind of make it a bit harder to make a decision, because whatever you do, you want to make sure like you valuable to society. You don't want to be selfish. It's like bigger than yourself, and you're thinking about the whole, like, the whole word. I don't want to say the whole word, but your surrounding as a whole, and you're trying to make the best decision possible. It's kind of like harder.
I do get it. Like, yes, it's harder that way because I also think it's a weakness sometimes when you always have like
Hmm.
the mindset of wanting to save the world, you know.
I,
And but me, really, what I'm working on, I always want it to be purposeful. Yes, I like building community, unity among us, our community. Helping people, empower people. This is like this type of thing that would be most important to me than anything else.
so Nai, what advice would you give anyone who, kind of like experiencing right now something that's similar? They have to get up, pack up everything, and leave. So they have to go through something like that. So what would you advise them?
What would I advise them? To trust the process and to understand that everything happened for a reason. And while they are going through that journey, to embrace it, and also just stay true to who you are. Just be authentic and listen to what you have inside of you. That would be my advice. It's like when you're changing environment, you're not changing your values. When you're
Mm-hmm.
changing environment, your dreams are not changing. You need to understand that, okay, in that environment where I'm gonna find the allies, the resources, so I can keep going towards that dream. Because a lot of time when you're moving, we think, oh, it's over, or it's not never gonna happen again the way I wanted it. No. So that's what I would say. Focus on authenticity, focus on your vision, your dream, and then be also like optimistic and positive. Because sometimes the fact that we are so negative about what is happening
Mm-hmm.
to us, we are not able to get our breakthrough. So that was
I love
that's
that. I love that when you're changing environment, it's not changing your dreams. I really love that.
it's not. And you need to know anything that is beautiful that you want to build, it's always going to be difficult. There's always going to be hardship. There's always going to be period that you're thinking, is that ever going to happen? But you have to believe in it. You have to believe in it. And you need to be smart about it also, because anything that we want also to achieve, we cannot do it on our own. So we also need to take our time to identify allies and resources so we can continue.
Oh, thank you so much. Final question. If anybody will want to reach out to you after this, where can they find you?
Okay, so they can always find me via email. I would say Naed, Naed, Jasmine, Jasmin @gmail.com. And you can find me on Instagram at Nayoli86. Sometimes I remove my Instagram, but I'll go back from time to time, so I would eventually see the message. But yeah, and then on LinkedIn also, you can find me and follow me.
So I had
Spoke
today.
also. So when I moved here, um, thankfully I was already speaking English, but still I could every time they ask me to spell my name, I'm like in my head, Jasmine, GJ, G. It's like
I had that too
every
until
time.
now.
So
Until now.
I'm like, I know it's J. I keep whenever they ask me, I'm like GJ. I can't remember.
I have to remember
So
it's the opposite of French every single time. Every single time, I still do it.
So yes, there's so many challenges for us. To me, I mean, there was a lot of things, and sometimes I can even laugh about myself. But hey, you know, you have to do
Right.
what you
These little things that keep us going.
exact.
Thank you so much. I'm so appreciative of you taking the time out of the busy schedule and be here with us today. I really love you. I appreciate you. And so all the question that I had today. I was gonna say something. I think I forgot. But thank you so much for being who you are, for remaining true to yourself. You're one of the rare person that I know, because I know you for a long time. That's kind of like remain true to who you always been, and it's kind of it's reassuring for me. I know it's reassuring because I think in my life I only have like about three people that I know for sure that I can always go back to, and that basically keep me grounded. Like, that I can go back. Like, I know they know who I am as a person, and they will understand. I don't have to justify necessarily all the time my action, but they kind of know me to the core. And you are one of these people. Sorry, and I love you, and thank you
I love
for being who you are.
you very
It's a
much.
great
So you're
inspiration. And
welcome. Thank you for being who you are. One last thing, Joanne.
oh
I
my
just
God,
want to mention one thing before I leave. I
got it.
forgot the age. Racine, okay, Listen
Uh,
Rain, and this is an organization that I joined. I am in the board, and the idea is exactly the fact that a lot of us we were uprooted from Haiti, and now we have
mhm.
to be planted here. there's so much support that we need. So we put this organization together in order to help our fellow Haitians, to plant in the United States the right way with different type of resources. So we just launched last month. So we really encourage you to start following our page, and very soon you will be hearing more about the events and the activities
Send me the
program that.
information. I'm down always. So
So thank you so much, Joe. I really appreciate joining you for Conversation with Joe. It was awesome. I felt so much at ease, to talk to you, even
uh,
if sometimes when they invited me and I feel like I don't speak English anymore, but today was like so easy. Thank you. Thank you. See you
thank
soon.
you. I'll see you soon. All right. Thank you guys. I'll see you soon for another episode of Conversation with Joe.
Bye bye.
Bye.